So what if all these images coming from NASA, supposedly from all these far off telescopes, what if they're all CGI created on computers by people in a lab? And what if all this advanced technology that we're just now discovering, right? They've always known, since the beginning, and they've always been using. I mean, we can send a satellite to, a different solar system, past Pluto, but we can't even send another man to the moon, and we haven't since the early 1970s. Now they're coming out saying that there's all kind of precious minerals on the moon, including gold and diamonds. Yes. Go research this. They're coming out and saying that they've known this all this time, and they've been trying to keep this a secret. And it is a fact that all the big nations in the world, they have already plotted moon bases. I promise you, they've already plotted and started planning and building for this to establish these moon bases, and they've already designated the certain craters that they're going to be putting them in. Of course, all geared toward harvesting these precious metals, from the moon. And I mean, on top of that, it wasn't until recently that they come out and said that aliens, UFOs are real, and that these big governments have always been working with them since the beginning in secret. My point is, what other things are they lying to us about? Why does NASA have the world's biggest, and I mean bigger than Disney, bigger than Universal, bigger than Pixar, all of them combined, the world's biggest CGI computer animation development department? Look it up. Why is that? How come every time when they dig up skeletons of giants, 10 plus feet tall, how come every time they find these skeletons, some top government official, the Clintons, for instance, or the Smithsonian, right, they show up and compensate the finds, and then all of a sudden they disappear, and these things are written off as hoaxes? You see, how come this has happened repeatedly throughout history, and how come there's so much evidence, indeed proven, that these things are real? Why are they so desperate to hide the truth about our past from us? And what's up with Antarctica? How come it's a no-fly zone? How come there are all these reports of explorers going there and seeing things that should not be there? Phenomenal, just earth-changing, history-changing things, right? And how come the secrecy? No one's allowed to explore there. There's certain satellites that aren't even allowed to fly over there. All the world governments, they're all in collaboration with this secrecy. What are they hiding from us? And why are they working so desperately to keep these things from the general public's knowledge? I mean, don't even get me started on the Sphinx and the pyramids. And what about the Vatican's secret library? They've hidden thousands, hundreds of thousands of artifacts, things that prove our history. But they've hidden this from us, just like they hid the lost books of the Bible. This has obviously been going on for a long time, but it's still going on. Why?